Welcome aboard for Mission 6 of the Brezhnev incident campaign. I thought I'd bring us in on the briefing again for this one because, we are going to be taking part in a fairly complex operation. It would probably be best to describe it in detail, just for the sake of detail and also so I understand it properly. It is December 13th, 1981 at 15:30, so afternoonish. We are launching a full-scale attack on Senaki Airport. We must neutralize the enemy air defenses and their ability to provide quick air support in the Gali Reich line. Additionally, it is a mandatory operation before hitting Poti Harbor. So, I might not read all of this in full, but in essence, there's going to be an air defense suppression operation by some MiG-27s that will be presumably carrying KH-27 anti-radiation missiles against the SAM sites at Senaki, and after that a flight of 3 Tu-22s is going to bomb the airfield. And we will be providing combat air patrol for the operation, with focus on protecting the Tu-22s, since the MiG-27s can probably handle themselves. They're very fast and will be flying down low. So, yeah, our priority is to protect the Tu-22s. There will also be some MiG-23s flying some top cover. So, hopefully we can muster enough fighters in the right place at the right time to pull this off. For navigation, looks like we're flying... Our first waypoint is going to be Arc 3-1 Station 2, which is at Sakumi again. That will also be waypoint 3 for the ERES, and waypoint 2 is going to be the Senaki RSBN station. Let's hope they don't shut it off. Gudauda's 3-1, yeah. Obviously we're going to be tuned to the Senaki RSBN anyway, but that will also be useful for knowing the distance to the enemy air defenses prior to those being knocked out by the MiG-27s, which hopefully, if all goes well, will be done before everyone else arrives, but we'll see. See you on the runway. Alright, we are just joining up in the conga line that's holding short of the runway here. The first flight of 2 MiG-27s is just lifting off now, I should think. And the second flight needs to take off still ahead of us before it'll be heading to Senaki to do their little air defense suppression strike ahead of the main bomber force. And as a little aside, I can't be the only one who would really love to have a MiG-27 in DCS. Just saying, given it's a somewhat unique machine, which was fairly capable for its time, you know, that type of thing. But I suspect I'm going to have to settle for the MiG-23 that's supposedly going to be coming along later this year. Definitely looking forward to that too, though. There's something about that airframe that I really like from an aesthetic point of view, if nothing else. It'll offer an aircraft from about the same time frame as the MiG-21bis that is a little more capable in the beyond visual range department with its larger radar and also the R-23 missiles, which would be, I guess, the rough equivalent of mid-life AIM-7 Sparrow, something like that. Anyway, that 27 is lifted off, so I will request takeoff. Alright. Quickly run through some of my before takeoff items here. Make sure the gear handle fixator is unlocked. Flaps are set for takeoff, and we'll lock the nose gear once we're lined up here. Alright, nose gear is locked. Here we go. Airspeed's alive. Coming up on 300. Up on the stick a little. And she leaps into the air again. Whoop! And tries to come back down. Oh boy. Flaps up. And 3 red. Gear handle comes to neutral. And we get serious about climbing. Now that we're through about 500. Also, lights can come off. I only put the taxi light on because the landing light is even more ridiculously bright. Flight 23 rolling. I think they rolled ahead of us. Unless, actually I don't remember which flight 23 is. Hang on, is it in my notes? Of course not. Oh well, probably a good thing that they're rolling, if nothing else. Out of burner now, because we got a long way to go and I want to save some fuel. Which, well, if I try to be as efficient as I can, it could, well, I'll have to try and balance that with being on schedule, probably. And once again, it's a gorgeous day the moment we get out of the clouds, so yeah, there we go. And we are now picking up the Sakumi Arc Station. I'll switch my dinger over to radio, and also contact AWACS, which is actually AWACS this time, not just GCI, apparently. And we will proceed en route, and I'll probably come back as we near the contact line. Okay, I've leveled off at 6,000 meters. Let's shut these lights off. Don't know why I thought I needed them. Anyway, we're passing over Sakumi, leveled off at 6,000. Our MiG-23s will probably be engaging the enemy SAM systems quite shortly. And I've tuned up the RSBN station for Senaki, but I haven't been able to get anything from it, so I'm just gonna have to head vaguely in the direction of it and see what we can do. We'll also find out if there's any enemy air activity as of yet. Clean. Okay, well, we'll press on and see how things go. Well, the MiG-27s have reportedly been starting their attack run, so yeah, there they go. You can see the contrails of our Tu-22s over there. Things are, I think, about to heat up. It's getting contact with AWACS again, though. Let's really get on top of the situation. Possibly being locked up by some of the SAM systems over there. Still no enemy air contact, though. Mudspike 12 o'clock, yeah, kinda figured out that much. Who are you? Oh, sure. Defending Sam, bullseye 249 for 0. Okay, apparently that operation is maybe not going quite as seamlessly as we might have thought. Guess we'll see. Probably shouldn't peek at the F10 map too often. It's really gonna give me an unrealistically good picture when it comes to situational awareness. Target destroyed. Cracking. Ooh, but that's a SAM. Ooh, buddy. Oh, just in time then. Good heavens. Still no contact. Ooh, you are a lucky bug, my dude. I think that's one of the MiG-23s that was accompanying us as part of the Combat Air Patrol. But we'll be sure to sweep out well ahead of our Tu-22s there. Now peek at this one more time just because I'm curious as to how things are going. Seemingly quite well. I'm going to head vaguely towards Senaki. I don't have a particularly clear idea of where it is because the RSBN station, well, it appears to have picked up a different one now, so that's thoroughly useless, so I'm just going to switch this back over to ARC, punch up Sakumi, just so that we can egress on the relative bearing that gives us if we need to without any particular difficulty. Make sure we're set up for air combat. We're in IR missile mode with the R60s on the outer pylon selected. 149 for 3-5. AWACS, you got anything on that? clean, eh? Why don't I believe you? Nine. 158 for 25. Yeah, I see what you mean there. Not that I should necessarily be able to visually detect that, but whatever. 147 for 20, 1500 hot. Well, if it's that low, we should be able to sneak around, creep up on its tail, run a somewhat proper, old-fashioned intercept even, kind of, not really. We will assume the worst. By the worst, I mean we will assume that we'll be up against those MiG-21s again. My central fuel tank empty yet? Yes, it is. So it will be jettisoned in preparation for combat. Merged. There's nothing like right on top of us yet, is there? No, I think it's just still talking about these guys, whom I think I will wait till they come up through the clouds to engage them. They're not posing much of a threat to the bombers right now, so if we can keep them distracted, it wouldn't be so bad. Make sure that my countermeasure button is uncovered. Yep. Three, 5, 6 for 4, yeah. Two of them. One of them's coming up through the clouds now. Okay. I'm attacking, and I think one of the MiG-23s is engaging too, because he's fired a missile. Okay, I don't want to get this low if I don't need to. If we can keep them contained even, that's almost a preferable alternative to draining all my altitude. Being said, the 23 seem to be having some trouble, so flight. Cover me. I don't want to get too low because we don't know what the situation in terms of AAA or mobile SAMs is like down there too. Is a bit of a concern, but kind of got no choice here. What the? Did not mean to do that. Ugh. Engaging one of them. Splash L-39. I'll climb back up now. Here come the bombers. Oh, buggery. Okay, that's a bit of a situation. Where'd they come from? I need altitude. Second burner's coming on. Woohoo! And down come all those bombs. Yeah. Well, at the very least, nothing's gonna touch those bombers. They should be able to egress nice and fast. Oh, buddy. Switching to pylon 3. To engage this dude once he gets nice and close. Also keep an eye on that one. I don't like showing him my belly like that too much. Pusk raketer. Splash MiG-21. Okay, where's the other bandit? I think my wingman is more or less successfully engaging him. If not, I can slot in right now too. No idea if I'm close enough to this dude or not. Probably not. Oh my god, the radio. Any SAMs streaking up at me or anything? Nah. Who's this guy? Another 21, I want to say? Who's Kraketu? Please hit. There we go. I'm down to radar missiles, and my faith in them is limited. Also, I'd have to turn the radar on. But if the bombers have successfully hit their targets, we should be good to egress. So, flight. How do I get you to join up? Formation. Navigation. Rejoin. And we will head towards Sukumi. And that should be about it, I think. We'll double check with AWACS that everything is clear. 170 for 9 at 500. I'll give that a second, because that might be our buddy that I just hit. 170 be that way? No, that is something. I definitely fired all my R60s, eh? Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, buddy's in trouble here. Okay. MiG-21 destroyed. Oh, I think that pilot just bailed. Yeah, that's a shoot. Okay, never mind. We're good. Radar off. And egress. And climb, 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 because we want to save some fuel on the way home. Although it appears I haven't burned too much. Just check with AWACS one more time. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель. Nah, we're good. Alright then. Barring any other events of note, we're going to make our way home. And I'll probably come back either when we get there, or if something insane happens between now and then, but hopefully not. Alright, just ascending through the cloud layer on our way into land now, and oh, there's the runway. Ooh, lightning. What do we got in the way of traffic? Got flight of 2, probably the MiG-27's coming back. We should be able to land just a bit behind them, as long as we get slowed down and everything before then. I called inbound a while ago. I'll just let the speed come back, actually. Don't know why I'm riding the power there. Once we come back through 500, I'll get the gear out. And yeah, we flew back. It's pretty uneventful, and if the fuel gauge is to be believed, we've still got a pretty remarkable amount of fuel left. I very much offer this mission, given it was fairly long-ranged, I offer this mission as a reputation to those who will regard the MiG-21 merely as some kind of point defense weapon with no functional range. And the other thing I would say to that is give the performance charts a once-over. Because if you know what speeds to fly at what altitude, you can go surprisingly far in this machine without burning too much fuel. And also not riding the burners too much on the climb. I mean, I'm not going to claim it's got any kind of fantastic range, but better than some might realize. And I didn't actually request landing clearance, you know what, whatever. I think we'll be okay. I suddenly get extremely unprofessional because I was busy talking, and oh boy, those are coming up on us a little bit quickly. Yeah, this is, well, mission went really well. Let's not gomer anything up in an accident, shall we? Oh well, no option to request landing, to be fair. I didn't do anything incredibly unsafe. Didn't go roaring over anyone's head or anything. Still not exactly SOP, but whatever. And I'm going to drop the parachute on the runway before it drags us off. Flaps can come up as well. I might even turn off the taxiway early and cut off these MiG-27s that have already cleared off. We'll see. And since I saw my wingman buzz off in some random direction, I'll make sure he knows to return to base. So that he doesn't just orbit and run out of fuel or do something silly like that. And yeah, we can probably cut ahead of these MiG-27s here without being too rude. Oh, don't take the corner too tight. Let's not get stuck in the snow, shall we? That would be most embarrassing. I think that's our turn. Yeah. Occurred to me, let's get some stuff turned off on the taxi, principally the gun sight, and also our weapons related stuff probably should have come off a while ago. Also SAU can come off since it's still on stabilized mode. I don't think I actually started in the same hangar in this mission as I necessarily did before, so I might be just taxiing off to the wrong spot. But we'll see in a second. Yeah, the one from last time is shut. Hang on. Where am I supposed to go? I don't think it matters too much. But just find a spot and shut down. Yeah, you know what? This ought to do. She turned right. I hadn't quite decided where I was gonna go. Is the reason for that. I'll just tuck this thing out of the way in front of this hangar over here and pretend none of this ever happened. Lock the nose gear and just coast to a stop. And once again, let's see if I can get the shutdown right. Flaps up, speed brakes off, landing lights off, throttle idle, all circuit breakers. Okay, how about I just work backwards through these this time? That way I might not screw things up quite so much. Pedo heat. Circuit breakers. Off, off, off. Off, 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 off. Off, off. Why these don't get left on, or why the electrical system wasn't arranged in such a way that they could be left on is a bit beyond me, but the fact that you can just turn them on at startup and not really touch them for the rest of the flight means the ergonomic issues are not as bad as they could be, I guess. So things that stay on: APU, fire extinguisher, pumps, inverters, flight recorder, battery heat. Okay, so this stuff can come off. And then throttle gets stopped. And we pop the lid. So we pop the lid, there we go. Then fuel pumps come off. Generators come off. Flight recorder. Ah! I turned that off when I was hitting the circuit breakers. Had to screw something up. Fire extinguisher and APU come off. Nav lights are already off. Inverters and battery heat come off. And battery comes off. And then I point out that never in my life have I experienced a thunderstorm in December while it was snowing at the same time. Just saying. But, you know, strange things happen in the Caucasus. Not saying it's impossible, but at any rate, let's check the mission status. Did pretty good. 4 enemy aircraft destroyed for no losses of our own. 12 vehicles and presumably all kinds of woohoo! Other things like that. So 2 of the aircraft were mine, plus possibly another damaged, I think. But at any rate, mission is fully completed, and all friendly aircraft seem to be landing safely now, so I'm overall very pleased with how that went. So that's about it. This has been mission 6 of the Brezhnev incident campaign. 6 of 9, I'm pretty sure, so not too many left, but at any rate, see you in the next one. До свидания.